Okay, today's video is about rumination. I'm going to make this short because I have no idea how the quality is going to be on this video. I'm actually on Zoom. I had a client have to reschedule at the last minute, so I thought I would use this hour to do this video that I've been wanting to do on rumination. I really feel like anyone that's been through a rough childhood or narcissistic abuse, whether it was with your parents or whether it was with a significant other, knows how challenging it is to break free from rumination. Sometimes I feel like rumination is like your mind having a mind of its own. And on top of that, it's almost like rumination steals your life. So think about it. Have you ever read a book where you're reading, whatever you're reading, book, newspaper, whatever, and you get to the end and you read everything, but you can't remember a thing? And it's because your mind was somewhere else, right? In fact, your mind was so busy someplace else that you can't even recall anything that you just read. Well, with rumination, it's almost like we're living our life and we can't recall or we don't feel present in what's going on because our mind is so busy. So in that sense, it can feel like rumination is like stealing your life. Your life is passing you by, but you're not really present to enjoy it. So to keep this video short, I just want to say that when you're ruminating, okay, just a really brief reason as to why this can sometimes happen. And this is not the only reason. There are many reasons why your mind can get stuck in rumination, but I just want to focus on one. And the reason is often because you have a need that is not being met. Think about that for a second, okay? If you're ruminating because of an argument that you had with somebody toxic, what might the needs be that aren't being met? A need to be heard, a need to be valued, a need to be believed, a need to have your emotions or your perspective validated, a need to feel lovable, a need to feel enough. I mean, the list can go on and on. But the reality is that often when one of our needs isn't being met, rumination is like hunger pains to that need. So, for example, when you think about when you're hungry, your body lets you know, right? In my case, my stomach gets so loud, it's embarrassing, but your stomach starts to growl. Your thoughts are only on food. You can't really focus on anything but that physical need. When it comes to our emotional needs, rumination is kind of like those hunger pains. And what our body or our mind is trying to tell us is that we have a hunger or a need for something. Now, unfortunately, we tend to think or over focus on how the other person can meet that need, right? So, for example, let's say your perspective is being denied in a relationship with a narcissist. It's almost like you keep trying to explain and explain and explain over and over and over, waiting for them to fulfill that need of validating your perspective because you think that that's the only way that you can get that need met. When the reality is that you can validate yourself. You can honor your perspective by standing behind it, whether someone else believes it or not. So, in other words, here's something you can try. If rumination is something that is really just ruining your life in the sense that you can't even be present or happy, try this. The next time you find yourself ruminating, you can ask yourself, is there a need that I have that isn't being met? If there is, am I trying to seek that need to be met by someone else? Now, that never works either because you think about the hunger pains. If your body is telling you that you're hungry and somebody else eats for you, you're not going to have that relieved. So it's something you have to do for yourself. So if you notice that you have a need, if you notice that the rumination is trying to get the other person to get that need met, pause and ask yourself, how can I meet this need for myself? Okay, it's something that can start helping you to address rumination in a way that can help you to break out of it. Rumination steals time. It doesn't allow you to be present in your life. And remember, if you enjoy these videos, make sure you check out the Thriver School of Transformation. It's where we put all of the information that I put out there into practice in daily life.